Okay, so good morning. Good morning again, everyone. So, ngayong araw na to, we're going to have our first lesson, of course, sa ating subject, which is Economics, Eco 121, wherein we will be discussing about the first part ng Module 1, Chapter 1, the Introduction to Applied Economics, and revisiting the economics as a social science. So, I will be dividing this lesson into two so that we can understand fully what really is the importance of studying about the applied economics. So first off, let's discuss the first part ng module number 1, Introduction to Applied Economics. Okay, there you go. So at the end of this topic, here are the objectives na dapat na matutunan natin when it comes on studying about the economics. First one is to differentiate the economics as social science in terms of nature and scope. And lastly is to describe the effects of irresponsible consumption of resources. So here are the key questions that we're going to answer while we are studying about applied economics. First one, why then is scarcity considered a key economic problem? And number two, in what way economic system can help the society? So as an overview, in any society where we live, several things are undertaken for ourselves, maybe by our family, even our community or country. For various reasons, maybe it includes other material survival, pwedeng stability, o pwedeng apektado yung development. No? So, those activities, all these activities that are intended for materials is needed by the people to survive, for the community to survive, for the community to be strengthened and develop, no? Its material capacity as per view of economics. So since economic covers many aspects of human life, we cannot escape the economic implications. No? Let's say for example, yung mga human actions, yung behavior, decisions na pwedeng magkaroon ng epekto from the day we were born until our death. Diba? It is in the light that economics is being taught in schools in order for a young people or a young citizen to be prepared on their roles being a part or a member ng isang society, no? Para, kumbaga, magkaroon sila ng response towards a goal, whether it is for material, pwedeng survival, stability, or even their growth. Now, let's see the first part ng lesson natin, which is about the revisiting economic as social science. Paano nga ba nasabi that economics is a part of social science? There are actually 3 strands, no, in development of economics. Yung una, it focuses on wealth. Most likely, it focuses on wealth. Second one is about decision making. And last is about concentration or concentrate on the allocation process. Okay, so economics has its various meaning according to these different writers. Okay, they have or it has its different definitions. So, alamin natin what are the different definitions or various definitions of these writers sa economics. Okay, first one, this is according to Waldstad and Bingham, wherein they have defined economic as a social science which concern with using scarce resource in order to obtain the maximum satisfaction of unlimited materials wants of the society. Okay? So, yun daw yung ibig sabihin ng, or yun yung definition ni Waldstad at ni Bingham sa economics. That it stands or it is more concerned on the different resources or scarce resources para mas masatisfy ang tao na ma-obtain nila yung kanilang maximum satisfaction sa ano ba yung mga materials na kakailanganin nila in order for them to survive. Let's say, for example, the resources around them, the environment, okay, the money that they have. Next one is according to Samuelson and Nordhaus. Okay, they define economic as the study of how society uses scarce resources to produce valuable commodities, distribute them among different people. Okay, so dito naman kay Samuelson and Nordhaus, dinefine nila yung economic as a study kung saan the people or the society are using these resources naman para mag-produce ng mga valuable commodities. Yung mga magagamit ng mga tao through their daily lives. And then, dinidistribute ito sa kanila. Okay? And lastly, another definition of economic is according to Collin. He said that economic is the study of production, distribution, selling, and use of goods and services. Okay, so those are the three definitions or various definition of economics according to these writers. So, ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng social science? When we say social science, it is a study of society and how people interact with one another. Okay? It is the study on how the society live, survive, and develop their stability in order for them to be in their community or society. Now, economics as a study of wealth, there has two major economic problems in any society. Yung una is yung tinatawag na production at saka consumption. Paano naging economic or major economic problems yung consumption at production? The intent of producing goods and services is meant for consumption talaga. Diba? Kaya naman kasi talaga nagpo-produce ng mga goods, ng mga services, it is really meant for the people to consume it. Diba? Pero paano kung higher na yung demand, tapos yung production is not really in or hindi nakakasabay sa demand. So, nagkakaroon ng dispute, nagkakaroon ng disposition. Okay? So, the intent of, sabi dito, producing goods and services is meant for consumption and the other forms of disposition of these produced goods and services. So, economic is about wealth and how this wealth is being used by individuals or society at large for material survival or stability development. Ngayon, yung economics, when it comes on study of making decisions, this actually is meant for either or whether we produce goods and services for consumption or for production, whether it is about wealth getting or wealth using, we make decision and these decisions are based on alternative choices. So, ang mga negosyante, bakit ba ini-intend nila na mag-produce ng kanilang product? Bakit nila ini-intend na mag-produce ng products and services? Maybe it's because they have their choices. What are those? Una is wealth getting, to become rich, in order for them to get the wealth. Or maybe they could use their wealth in order to produce the products and services so that the economics go up. Okay? Or so that the other people in the society could use their product. So, dapat i-consider natin yung major concept ng pag-aaral ng economic, which is about opportunity cost. What are these opportunity costs? Maybe the business could take off, the business could run smoothly, and the people could use the product according to its services. So, the concept of opportunity cost holds true for individuals, even the businesses, and even society. So, involved dito yung trade-off, no? When it comes on making decisions. Ano nga ba yung ibig sabihin ng trade-off? When you choose between two possible uses of your resources, giving one alternative for another. Halimbawa na lang yung bridge versus building. I can either buy this book or pizza but not both. No? Once an individual or a business owner is intent to create a business, once he have, kailangan meron siyang trade-off na tinatawag when it comes on making decisions. No? Hindi pa pwedeng two at a time. A business owner should know how to focus on one subject to another, should know how to focus on one product. Okay? Kailangan magte-take off muna yan. Kailangan lumakas muna yung produkto na yan. Bago siya mag-invest sa iba. Okay? So, next one is the real cost. These are the things that we need to consider. When we say real cost kasi, all the resources used to produce a good or services, yun ang tawag sa kanya. Most resources can be used by only one thing at a time. Diba? Let's say, for example, real cost of building a bridge instead of building. Construction workers cannot work on building a new building. A crane cannot be used in building new building. Or even yung steel, yung nagamit mo na, hindi mo na pwedeng gamitin sa isa pa. What does it mean? Medyo magulo ba? Ito po yan. Yung real cost ng paggagawa ng isang bridge, kailangan nakafocus lang siya sa bridge. Hindi po pwedeng yung cost or yung budget para sa paggagawa ng bridge ay gagawa ka pa ng another one. It should focus on one. O let's say for example, yung mga workers mo, yung mga nagtatrabaho sa company, hindi po pwedeng ang trabaho ng isa ay messenger, tapos gagawin mo siyang cashier. Gets ba? Okay, that is the real cost. Okay? How about the opportunity cost? When we say opportunity cost, it is the value of the next best thing you give up whenever you decide. No? Kasi ang business owner, nagtutuway yan. Nagtutuway, what does it mean? Meaning to say, nagdo-dual thinking siya. Meaning to say, they already have the opportunity that they are gaining. Pero kapag pinili nila itong isang bagay nito, ano ang po pwedeng maging consequences? Yun po, dyan po pumapasok yung opportunity cost. Ano yung value? What's the next big thing after you decide to choose your business? That's the opportunity cost. They mean the value of the next highest value alternative use of the resources. Kaya kapag nagde-decision ang isang business owner, lagi niyang tinitingnan yung gain. No? And aside from looking at the gain, they will also look at the consequences or ano yung pwedeng maging loss ng business once they start to decide kung ano yung dapat para sa business. Diba? Next one. Economic as a social science is primarily utilize the scientific method of inquiry from identifying the problem, proposing alternative or tentative answers or hypothesis. When we say a hypothesis, it is a proven method. Okay? Maybe by testing tentative answers, diba? Or questioning, diba? Or even answering the problem hand to hand, gathering data, answering questions through conclusions. So, social science can be described as the study of various modes and aspects of human interactions in one group or the other. Okay? In order to make stability and promote its growth, expansion, and development. Okay, there you go. Now, alamin naman natin what are the different divisions of economic. Here are the two main divisions of economic. First off is we have the microeconomics. Pag sinabi nating microeconomics, it is concerned with the behavior and activities of specific economic units, maybe individuals, household, firms, industries, and resource owners. So, the central concept ng microeconomic is nakapokus sa market. Okay? It focuses more on markets. Next one is the macroeconomics. When we say macroeconomic, it is the division of economics that deal with the behavior of economy with respect to output income or the price level, foreign trades, unemployment, or other aggregate economic variables. Yun ang focus ni macroeconomics. Okay? So, ulitin po ni ma'am, no? Macroeconomics focuses on economic variables, while microeconomics focuses on market. So, here are the different factors of production. Ano yung mga different factors when you do the business and the factors of production? First one, you need to consider the land. What are the natural resources that it has? Next is the labor or the human resources which exerted in the production of goods and services. Siyempre, yan yung paglalaanan mo. Yung mga tauhan. Yung mga gagawa, diba? The capital, a man-made use in production of other goods and services. Pag sinabing capital, syempre, pera. Diba? Entrepreneurship is also known as the brain behind business wherein it helps the business to use its resources efficiently and effectively. Okay. So, there you go. Those are So here in table number 1, it shows the limited resources and unlimited human wants. Okay? Their comparison. Una, limited resources, it has its land. While sa unlimited human wants, there are foods. Of course, ang mga tao kailangan ng pagkain. 'Di ba? Limited resources, labor. Ang isang business, madalas talaga nilang nagiging problema yung mga tauhan. Minsan nagre-resign, minsan nagkakasakit. Diba? Minsan, ang hirap maghanap ng tauhan. That is why a business or a company are always needing a human resource. Diba? O, eto pa. Ang tao, unlimited human wants, clothing, yung pananamit. Diba? Of course, clothing is one of the necessary needs or necessities na kailangan ng tao. 'Di ba? Next, limited resources, capital, pera. 'Di ba? So, when you if you want to start a business, of course, lagi mong iniisip is saan ako kukuha ng kapital? Ano ang gagamitin ko para makapag-start ako ng business? 'Di ba? Yun yung karaniwang iniisip ng mga tao. But people nowadays are very clever, no? There are some discoveries and also may mga nagagamit na rin o nagagawa na rin ng mga tao that even if they do not have such a huge capital, they can start their own business. Sa unlimited human wants naman, of course, the people are needing of a shelter, a house, a home. 'Di ba? Tayo kailangan natin 'yan. 'Di ba? For us to be secure, for us to have a place para makapagpahinga. Okay? Limited resources, entrepreneurship. Hindi lahat ng tao is marunong sa business. But people can do business. 'Di ba? There are some people who are doing business just because they wanted to live, to survive, to have budgets. But there are some people who intend to take off their business para mapalawak to provide goods and services for the people, and for them to get the wealth. Yun yung entrepreneurship. Limited resources yan. Unlimited human wants, of course, security. Kapag ikaw nasa loob ka ng tahanan mo, you are secured. Diba? There are so many types of security that you can have. So from this table, we observe the common trend in the emergence of limited resources in the provisions of human wants. Then we also have the limited resources in our environment where the economy depends on it. Diba? So in the other side, there has an unlimited human wants and needs that can be portrayed as basic necessities for material survival, including the food, the shelter, economic, and many others. So this expansion and multiplication of human wants is one of the key reasons why we have an economic problem. So society has to expand to this ever-expanding and multiplying human wants in light of limited resources. Okay? Okay, there you go. So hanggang dito na lang po muna ang lesson natin para sa module number 1, which is about Introduction to Applied Economics. So for part 2, we're going to discuss naman about the topic, the scarcity as a source of economic problem. Bakit nga ba natin nagiging problema ang scarcity? Okay? From then, we will be answering the question, why then is scarcity considered a key economic problem? Yan. So, sasagutin na natin yan sa ating second part ng lesson natin. So, there you go. That is our lesson para sa first part ng module number 1. So, I'm looking forward that you do take some notes so that you can use this as your reviewer sa inyong notebook. I'll be checking your notebook on the following days of our meeting. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a nice day. Ciao, bye!